Hey, what's going on YouTube? What's happening, guys? You've tuned into Rules for Rebels. We got an interesting story for you guys today. Amazon was allegedly scammed out of $370,000 by a 22-year-old's return shipments of dirt. And this is kind of a short article, so we'll get into this story in a minute. This should be a relatively short video today. I always say that before I ramble on for 20 minutes in a video, but this one legitimately should be short. This one comes to us today, actually August 2nd of 2018 from Fox Business, and this actually comes out of Spain. I don't know if this could happen in the U.S. It seems like, the U.S. is obviously Amazon's kind of primary focus, like with Amazon Merch and everything else, like all the programs, everything kind of comes to the U.S. first. So the U.S. is kind of Amazon's primary market, although I'm still sure this is something that kind of slipped through the cracks. But basically, this kid was buying things, I'm guessing higher ticket items on Amazon. He was kind of smart about how he did it. I will give him some credit for that. He was actually taking note of the weight of the packages. So if Amazon sent him, I don't know, we'll say a speaker that was 3 pounds, he would keep the speaker, fill the box with 3 pounds of dirt, send the box back to Amazon, and then resell the speaker, I'm guessing either on Amazon or eBay or locally some other platform. And he was making money that way. Now, what's kind of crazy is that this could go to the tune of $370,000. I mean, even if you're doing high-ticket items that are $1,000 a piece, that's still 370 times that you were able to get away with this. And I'm guessing that the returns were of items substantially lower. I'm guessing anywhere from like maybe $50 up to a couple $100. But this is just absolutely insane. Here's kind of a funny thing about this. So if you guys remember, within the past couple years, I forget the exact year, how long ago this was, but within the past couple years, Amazon did kind of start cracking down on and quote-unquote blacklisting some Amazon users for excessive returns. And kind of the funny thing, whenever we hear other people's anecdotal stories, we never really know, are they framing themselves in a more positive light? Were they really being excessive with returns? A lot of people used to abuse returns, right? You got a lot of like product reviewers, either bloggers, affiliate marketers, people on YouTube. And a lot of people say, well, how do these guys get so many electronics to review? And yeah, there are people who get sent free electronics from manufacturers and things like that to promote the product. But a lot of people were just buying things from like Best Buy or Amazon, and they'll review it and they'll go ahead and return it. And within the past couple of years, Amazon kind of started cracking down on that, as well as just people who abuse returns in general. If 50% of the stuff that you buy winds up getting returned, like you're not really a profitable customer for Amazon, so they'll wind up closing your account. And I remember right after Amazon instituted that policy, there were kind of a flurry of like articles about it, people's anecdotal stories of like, I only returned 3 things and they suspended my account and I'm not getting my Prime money back. And there were a lot of stories going on, going on Reddit. And I think there has to be some legitimacy to that. Maybe there's somebody who just had a bad streak of luck, like 2 Amazon products arrived broken, another one wasn't as described by the manufacturer, somebody had to do 3 legitimate returns, and all of a sudden, their account's wiped out. So I'm sure those things did happen, although a lot of people just abuse the system. But the fact that this guy, especially after Amazon has already kind of cracked down on abusive returns, was able to buy and return $370,000 worth of merchandise is pretty crazy. Again, I think this is probably less likely to happen in the U.S. And another thing that's kind of confusing about this, normally when Amazon, when an FBA shipment gets returned, it gets... the stuff gets inspected and either goes back into your inventory, you can have it shipped back to you, or it winds up getting destroyed. So like where all these returned boxes of dirt were just sitting for what I'm assuming is some extended period of time, because it would take you some time to rack up $370,000 in merchandise. Like, if this stuff just sitting in a big return box that Amazon doesn't have time to go through, not really clear on that. Just kind of another interesting side note on returns. Amazon is very generous with their return policy, and it's, obviously that's because loyalty and customer satisfaction is their focus. And over the years, Amazon has become much more focused on, the rate of third-party sellers on Amazon continues to grow, even though Amazon does continue to roll out a lot of their own products and basic products. But I think the last memorable stat or article I heard was like 63% of items sold on Amazon are sold by third parties. And I saw a post on Reddit the other day, and it was actually posted in like a video game forum or something, and then it wound up getting cross-posted over to the Fulfillment by Amazon subreddit. And basically somebody had bought like an expensive virtual reality system. I think it was like a $370 or $400 virtual reality, headset or whatever it is. They left it in a bedroom, and their cat chewed the cord off. Either their cat or dog chewed the cord off. And they called up Amazon and said, hey, I got this damaged headset. And Amazon wound up taking it back. And this person literally went on to Reddit to brag about this. And surprisingly, I guess not surprisingly, most people are kind of pieces of shit, quite honestly. But, not surprisingly, I guess I should say, pretty much everybody in the forum was kind of cheering this guy on, like, oh, yeah, that's awesome, glad you got your headset back. And this guy was kind of like justifying, like, well, that's why I pay for Amazon FBA. I pay $80 a year so that I can, return things and fuck people over. And I get that, here's another kind of element of that, is I get that most people think if something's eligible for Amazon Prime, Amazon themselves is selling it. I've been selling on Amazon for years, and I was having a conversation with my sister last time I was driving her to the airport, and somehow, we were talking about selling on Amazon and buying on Amazon, and I mentioned to her something about, like, well, everything that ships from Prime doesn't mean it's from Amazon. Like, I send stuff into Amazon, and it ships Prime, but it's coming from me. It's my item. And in some ways it works out to our benefit, right? Because I know in the case of my sister, like, there's almost kind of an added level of trust because, well, I'd rather buy something on Amazon than some guy selling out of his basement. And so there's this kind of level of trust that comes along with it. And there's kind of this idea in the buyer's heads that, like, everything that comes Prime or comes out of an Amazon warehouse or comes in an Amazon box must be something that Amazon, like, stands behind or Amazon sells. And the reality of it is that the vast majority of stuff being sold on Amazon is sold by third parties like you and me. But also people seem to have this attitude that it's okay to screw over big companies because, they can afford to lose, and Amazon's the biggest company in the world, and Jeff Bezos is the richest guy in the world, and they can afford to take the hit. But the reality is it's very easy for Amazon to be so generous with their returns and so generous about losing money because most of the time, more than 63% of the time, is not Amazon actually taking a loss. It's a third-party seller like you or me, and that's why I would never really sell like a high. Actually, I guess I'm kind of lying. I used to sell items up to, I think, $997 on Amazon. And fortunately, I never really ran into issues, maybe once or twice. And then eventually Amazon shut down our listings because those items were not allowed to be sold on Amazon. But people seem to be okay with fucking over a big company. And even if it's you that's getting fucked over, there's this perception that it's Amazon and they can take the hit, even though you may be a small business guy. But I've rambled on long enough. Let's get into the article. A 22-year-old has been arrested in an alleged scam of the largest internet retailer that totaled nearly $370,000 by sending return packages filled with dirt. James Gilbert Courtang of Palma de Mallorca, Spain, allegedly swindled Amazon by filling up the ordered items boxes with dirt and registering with the exact weight of the product. He would then receive a refund from Amazon and sell the original item, according to El Español and El Diario de Mallorca. The return packages would end up sitting in Amazon's warehouses where they aren't often checked. The scam wasn't discovered until through a random search where someone opened a box and discovered it was full of dirt. Amazon's return policy states items shipped from the website, including Amazon Warehouse, can be returned within 30 days of receipt. Refunds are processed within 2 business days, and customers can expect their funds to show up in their account in 3 to 5 days. The report states that the alleged success by Courtang, who has been released on bail, enabled him to create his own company. So this guy actually created his own company and got all his inventory free through Amazon. So that's a pretty easy way to be successful, right? You start a company and you have 0 product cost and everything is 100% profit to you. So pretty good business strategy until you wind up getting arrested. But thought this was an interesting story. I do have another Amazon story I'll be sharing with you guys. It'll probably be coming out tomorrow or Sunday, most likely. Basically, eBay is going after Amazon, is suing Amazon again. This story may sound familiar to you guys because eBay had already filed a lawsuit. Amazon was going on to eBay and like mass messaging people through eBay's messaging system, like Amazon. Whoever at Amazon is responsible for like generating leads or bringing on new sellers, Amazon was going on to eBay and messaging eBay sellers saying, "Hey, come on over to Amazon and sell." And Amazon already got in trouble for that. I believe eBay issued a cease and desist against them and sued them. And eBay has started another lawsuit with Amazon, basically saying Amazon is continuing to do this practice. And basically what it is, Amazon is, if there's a certain item that Amazon is kind of light in, so maybe people who sell waist trainers or orthopedic shoes. Well, if there's some category that Amazon is kind of lacking in or doesn't have enough sellers in, they'll go over to eBay, message sellers, and try to get those sellers to come on over to Amazon. So I'll be sharing that story with you guys within the next day or two. But yeah, thought this was an interesting one. 22-year-old in Spain scams eBay out of $370K. We pretty much covered the whole article, but I'll drop a link to this article in the description box below. I did see this was posted on Amazon Seller Central Forum, but it seems to be, a lot of the commentary and comments are being heavily censored by Amazon. So if I can find that one again, I'll link to it, although it seems like Amazon's kind of controlling the narrative or controlling the conversation there. But anyhow, that's all I got for you guys today. If you enjoyed this video, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button down below. If you are not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button below, and I'll catch you guys on the next video.